So he finished off the Pandorans, and the crowds had dispersed, but they're all coming out now, all looking pretty shocked and confused at what's going on.
The massive amounts of pyros that they've just experienced. The disquiet level must be huge.
It is pretty huge, yeah. People are, feel something's not quite right. And you can see the sort of, the trees have lost a lot of leaves and cracked branches and that sort of thing. And there's, maybe a few more chips on these pillars than there were before. It's a bit of a wasteland seems to be kicking in.
Totally right.
Daedalus comes over to you. Oh, thank you for saving me.
It's all right, Daedalus. It's at the expense of your world.
What happened? Why did Apollo leave us?
Apollo is evil. He's controlling you. He's keeping you here like sheep.
Well, this cannot be.
Does anyone ever disappear from here unexpectedly? Does anyone ever die?
I can't think at the moment. God, my memory, it's
exactly
crazy.
Why would you not be able to remember something as fundamental as that?
I do not know.
Exactly.
Things are so strange.
I pat him on the head. It's okay. It's okay.
You might not be real.
I chime in, man. They were just like totally breaking this guy, man.
How can I not be real?
There's something to philosophize about,
If you think, but therefore you are, but your thinking is controlled by someone else. Who are you?
Yeah, simulation, man.
But anyway,
this is also...
the curse of Apollo may be broken. Maybe you'll start to be able to remember.
Yes, hopefully. You see some other villagers come out. Well, not villagers, other people come over and say, "You are hurt. You are hurt. Quickly, let's tend your wounds."
Oh, dear Jesus Christ! Yes, I'm dying here.
Yeah, people come and step aside, and they've got some cleansing oils and.
Have we got any Pyros for our for what's just unfolded?
Yes, you will. It's quite an important issue. So get 3 points of Pyrrhus back as a life issue. Also, you get one for hanging around with humans, so you should have probably got one for your morning spent with humans. So get 2 more back as well. So a total of 5 Pyrrhus back.
Okay, so is anybody on aggravated damage?
Me.
How much aggravated damage have you got?
I've took 3.
Okay, I'll spend a point of Pyros, healing S2 of some damage. Let me just see exactly how the lightning therapy works. Maybe we have to stand behind a tree so we don't terrorize people. No, I directly transfer the vital fluids of electrical current.
Oh man, don't tell me how this is done.
I heal. Oh no, it's in an argent stream of energy. Oh, you know what? Maybe they'll think we're gods. Maybe it'll disquiet them.
Could also be a euphemism.
Okay, I sort of cup the back of S2's head and.
Well, you could probably do this before people start coming over if you want. So if you want to, avoid. But like you say, at the moment, disquiet isn't too much of an option, of an issue really, because
it heals 3 lethal. So what would that do to my guy in this scenario?
Right, it healed his lethal damage, but it's aggravated. Yeah. So if it takes you down off your wound penalties.
It'd take him down off his wound penalties, but wouldn't heal the aggravated.
No, that'd stay the same.
Oh, okay, that seems almost good enough. Right, okay, so I'll take you down off your wound penalties. And G5, would you like the same treatment?
Yeah, I've just got four lethal. So what did you say you can do?
I can heal 3 lethal, but are you on any minuses?
I'm on 1 minus.
Oh no, it's not worth healing you.
Oh, fine.
I've got to be frugal with this shit, man.
Fair enough. Well, I couldn't help noticing the villagers or whatever they are were passing around, some sort of bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've all seen you sort of step in and,
Masturbation balm.
fight off these monsters for them. So they're happy to carry you in. Someone's going to put you up in the house and, you get a bed and, spend the day healing if that's what you want to do. So I think it is quite a while for aggravated damage. So let's
do
see
they have electricity in this world?
They don't know.
No, man.
We are just going to have to lie there and focus there.
No, man.
It's strange when you mention it to them. They do know what you mean. But yeah, it just doesn't. They don't have it. None of them can remember why.
Your memories are terrible.
That does come across quite a bit as they're sort of tending to
being deleted.
Yeah, people are forgetting a lot about themselves. Let me just try and find how long it takes you to heal. It's not in the first number listed, so healing. Right, 210.
That political campaign we ran was good, though, man. That was a good campaign.
Sorry. Right, bashing 1 point per 15 minutes. Lethal 1 point per 2 days. Ooh, it's going to take a while. Aggravated 1 point per week.
Yeah, that's mortals though. You guys get a sort of slightly better healing, but I'm not sure what it is and why they not mention that in the Promethean book. Is just right. Yeah, mortal healing. It's not 170. Oh, no, you're right. It is just normally it's just electricity that speeds you up.
Yeah, the book never says it outright, but I think they're supposed to heal like ordinary humans.
Right. Okay, so sorry, Dave. G5, what was that again?
It was 15 minutes. Oh, hopefully that's still open. Yeah, it is. 1 point of bashing per 15 minutes, 1 point of lethal per 2 days, 1 point of aggravated per week.
All right.
So we're going to be here a while.
I heal twice as fast as a persistent thing.
What have you got? Well, you've got some pretty good skills at the moment. How are you doing this?
It's I think that's from my lightning therapy stuff. One of the persistent things is heals twice as fast as normal.
Cool.
But I mean, it doesn't usually mean much, does it? Because we just grab a power cable and boom. But I suppose this is the one time that it's like my body starts to snap back into shape a bit quicker.
Well, yeah, settled in. I mean, they're happy to put you up for a week or as long as it takes. What was the name of the woman, S2? Was it Cassandra, the one that was equally attracted and repelled to you?
Yeah. How's she doing?
She comes to visit you a few times.
How you doing, Beatrice?
I'm doing well, thanks to you and your friends. How do you feel after that?
All right, I'm sorry, I'm a bit all over the place. It's good to see you, my love.
Yes, you're so.
Will you help tend to my wounds and rub ointment into my body?
You see, she almost looks like she's swallowing a bit of sick in her mouth, but then she nods. Yes, I will do this.
Veil. The body. The aisle.
Yeah.
The cassock, man. Pulled open.
Oh, she's happy to tend your wounds. Everyone's sort of fairly, pretty pleased with you. You've obviously saved them, but as the days pass, like I say, they become more and more forgetful, and almost to the point where they're forgetting what you're in there for. They're still happy to help, but they'll be asking you, so what did this? Were you attacked by a bear, or
yes,
more likely an eagle, ram, bat, or wolf? And,
the statues, God damn you!
Do you remember those statues that used to be up there? Do you remember those?
Oh yes, of course, the statues. Wow.
You should write this down. You should write this down on a chart or something and leave it at the bottom of my bed.
Yeah.
And then before coming along, read it.
Yes, we will do this. This makes sense. We must write things down. We're forgetting so much. Daedalus comes to visit you as well.
Hi, Daedalus.
Yes. Oh, friends, I'm sure we had just achieved some great victory before this happened, but I can't remember what it was.
Remember, Daedalus, we worked so hard together on a campaign, and you asked 3 questions of Apollo.
Apollo, you say? Apollo.
You won the election. You won the election because your opponents just couldn't compete against you. They all lost their voices. Remember?
Yes. This I remember. I remember my great victory. And we remember at the schools we used to hold elections. Oh, yeah. This Apollo. I can't remember. Oh, wait, yes, now I do. We ask questions.
That's right. He's a godlike figure who's actually now left us because you asked him about the stars, and he got really upset and brought to life the chimeras who attacked me. That's why I'm here in hospital.
The stars, you say? I don't remember that either.
Well, I'm not here for, these wounds, man. Put your finger into my wounds.
Oh, yes, you saved us all. We are all forever in your debt.
That's written down somewhere. Make sure that's Natoga.
So 42 stars there were, weren't they? And they were coming. Actually, while we're
you need to go and check. The stars.
While we're hanging around, my wounds are going to heal a little bit quicker. So I'm going to
make haste to the astronomy.
Seek out the pervert, the astronomer.
Hector the masturbator.
Yeah. Hector the masturbator. Yeah. Find out what's happening with these stars.
I've got these all written down, man. Oh yeah, of course. Nina and Pastor, man, as well.
Right, so you're going to check out Hector.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You find him. He's well, you don't find him at first in town, but then have you got any ideas where he might be?
In the
observatory.
Observatory, that's the word I'm looking for.
Flannel in hand.
Yeah. He's there. He's looking through his. He's looking up at the sky. It's getting to early evening now. Also, you guys, you saved us. Thank you. We're forever in our debt.
Oh, you still remember?
Yep. You're in bed, aren't you, S2? This is before you've healed, I'm afraid.
Oh, can I be on the phone, on loudspeaker?
Well, it's a very good point, though. So, you remember? Yes, indeed, we did. The folks in town are getting very forgetful. You're not experiencing this yourself?
I would say I am. I'm forgetting most things. Forgetting what happened before, but I remembered these 42 stars.
Hmm.
And I look, and there they are. Something about these is important. I know that. This is all I remember. Everything else is a blur.
42 stars for the 42 gods. That's the. That's what I was led to believe.
I see a look of revelation come over it. Of course, the 42 space gods.
Mm.
Are they
Excellent.
getting bigger? Are they getting smaller?
Yeah, what's happened to them over the last few days?
They seem to be slightly brighter than when I first saw them. I'm sure tonight we'll be able to see some of them with the naked eye. We must tell the people. Yes, we used to worship them all the time.
Oh, maybe if we can convince the people to worship the stars, they'll get brighter. Gods tend to get stronger with more worshippers.
Yeah.
Certainly,
Yeah, we need to get to doing what we do best, man. Organising events, and this time we can organise a religion, man. Let's get it organised.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. I mean, I was thinking of trying to fire lasers at the stars to communicate or something, but we just don't have that technology, do we? So we'll go with fervent worship instead of flagellation. I reckon that'll work.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, well, yeah, you return to and tell S2 what's going on, and you give your idea about religion then. So what is your plan then? What are you going to be doing?
I reckon we use this place where the chimeras were and then where Apollo sat, and we gather everybody there, around there, and I do a charismatic speech.
And then I can do a remove inhibitions.
And I can do a ringleader. And whip them
I
all
can
into
also
a
do a remove inhibitions, so we can have a double go at that. Or can we charge it together if we've both got the same, like a skill? Can we power each other's power up?
Yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah, you could help each other out and
Plague of Desire for the gods.
Oh, sorry, have you got Plague of Desire?
I've got that Alembic, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, so we both got it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Power up together, man.
Yeah, how would we combine it?
Well, for Plague of Desire, my presence is only 2, my persuasion is 3, and then there's the Azoth is 3, so that would be 8 dice. So it's whoever's got highest really needs to get help from the other one.
I've only got 7 dice. I've got 1, 2,
right.
4,
so you could power my plague.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
And is S1 helping?
I'm not sure how I help. I can do ringleader, which is getting crowds to do things. So I suppose if you guys do your thing and they're going into a frenzy anyway, I can then magnify said frenzy.
Yeah. It's pretty frenzied though, to be honest.
It is. It's just, yeah, but that's the fervor, and that's what we want. We want a religious fervor.
Yeah. If they're not foaming at the mouth and rolling around on the floor like they're possessed.
But is there nothing that anyone can do to make sure that one person is the charismatic guy that everyone's listening to? Because Desire makes everyone focus on the most charismatic man in the room.
Well, I think I can do that with ringleader. I think they'll see me as a leader for a very brief.
Well, in that case, yeah, that's the best way of doing it. You do that first, and then we'll do Plague of Desire, and it'll make sure that everyone goes into a frenzy.
Okay.
Right. So, how are you? Well,
I've got my spin doctor thing. That's my thing.
Well, that's the thing. Mine works better if the crowd's already a bit warmed up. So I need 3 people to agree with me anyway. So that's G5, S2, and Hector. And then if you can spin them up a bit, S2, with your spin dots, so I can then do my ringleader thing and get them all well up for it. And then you guys do whatever you do to magnify it. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Or is what do your things do again?
What is your charisma?
My charisma?
There's not such thing, is there?
It's not great, man. I'm going to have to put my Pyros into it. My presence is 2.
My presence is 2, man, but I was going to go with manipulation and persuasion for my sort of speech thing. If you had one who's saying, he listened to him, you know.
Yeah, if you're giving a public speech, it would be presence. What's your presence, G5?
Not brilliant. 1, I think.
It might have to be Pyros powered.
Well, I can amp my presence up to 5.
I mean, what you can do, because obviously you're going to have to convince everyone to turn up to this.
No, without them fucking forgetting, man.
Yeah, you can use your manipulation, in that way to sort of convince people that they need to come and listen.
Yeah, the people need to know. The true revelation will be told. You must attend.
So obviously, assuming you wait until you're all fully healed to do this, so this is going to be sort of in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll keep an eye on people's memories. I mean, if we're going to lose them, then we'll act beforehand. If it just
does it really matter, man? We just get them to the temple, man. Even if they don't remember who we are, because the whole thing is we get them to the temple. We convince them to worship the gods, but I suppose the gods are on the way. How bright does the star get in a week? Can you measure it over a week and just?
That's something that's worth just looking at, isn't it? Every night we'll go back to the observatory and have a look, and if it's getting brighter and brighter, great. If it's not, then we know that we can help speed it up. If it is, we can try and speed it up anyway. I reckon we just need a few days of observation and contemplation.
I mean, it's just this aggravated damage, man. You know what I mean? The pelvis has been busted.
You'll be all right, man. We'll can we get like a wheelchair or a skiff to drag you on?
Yeah, you can walk about. I mean, you don't have to wait till you're all fully healed. But if you want to leap out earlier, you can get yourself a walking stick. It was your shoulder that was ripped off from the wall. So you put your arm in your sling.
I've got my arm in the sling, buzzing.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to just spend a sort of couple of days or a few weeks doing sort of some reconnaissance and that, like you say, checking on the stars and the people.
I think we should spend at least 1 week.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how much aggravated or lethal?
It's 1 point of aggravated.
And it'll be, what was it, 2 days? So
yeah.
3 points of lethal. Pyros. What about willpower? 3 points willpower, is it?
Actually, yeah, you'll get.
We're getting Pyros back. Constantly.
Yeah, you'll be full. You'll be on full Pyros, but willpower will just be the same.
All right.
Like that. So over the course of the week, you can see people's memories sort of like their short-term memory is fine. If someone says they're going to bring you a blanket or whatever, they do, or people remember what their jobs were and how to do it. So society's kind of functioning as it was. Things are getting back to it. You do feel that there's some kind of lasting wasteland problems here as well. Things are breaking in that familiar way and people are a bit irritable. And by the end of the week, they've all but forgotten, all the sort of where they've come from, who they are, anything about Apollo is just, pretty much vanished. And yeah, by the end of the first week, it's almost like people aren't bothering asking because, everyone knows, no one knows now. So,
Wastelands never recover, do they?
Sorry?
I take it Wastelands never recover.
Yeah, they can. They will eventually dissipate over time, but this one got quite a battering, so it's it's maybe in a few months it'll have worn out. And yet you check the stars; they are getting brighter, but they're still dim. You know, the dim stars. You know, I mean, they're the only ones in the sky. So by the end of the week, there's a couple that you can kind of make out with the naked eye. You know, but if they were in a normal sky, you wouldn't really notice them. You know what I mean? So you don't think they're going to become like ridiculously bright anytime soon. They're probably just going to get as bright as a normal star. And you can kind of make out constellations in them. There's the 5 constellations, each with sort of 8 or 9 stars in. But yeah, you reckon if they carry on like, they're probably just going to get to the point where they're visible in the sky as bright constellations, rather than
okay,
meteors heading to Earth.
that's interesting.
Fucking things, man.
Or something just
Mark
to touch
Graham.
you. It's trying to fly in your mouth, man. That's the
He
thing.
did it. Try to fly in my mouth, man. It
Oh,
fucking bastard thing.
they love it. They like sleeping in your mouth or up your nose, when you sleep.
Yeah. No, I'm sprayed with repellent behind I go to sleep, man.
Yeah, it's the only way to sleep.
Mm.
I reckon we need to get a bit of worship going on.
Definitely.
Well, you see people kind of up for it. They're all lost and confused and looking for answers. So now's the perfect time to be starting a cult, really.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your first sort of seeds of this new religion?
Apollo is gone. 42 space gods have returned. Oh, hail the 42 space gods.
Yep, I think we keep it clean, man. That's good. Yeah.
And also you should definitely obey the laws laid down by the priests of the 42 gods.
Yeah, G5, man. Don't start that.
Well, what's the point in building a religion if you can't?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. They've got to obey our laws. It makes perfect sense.
At the end of the day, we'll just come up with laws that are that are good for them, that will help them to prosper.
Yeah, it's just
Be nice to them.
people that you're saving.
Oh yeah,
Not quite as smile as they were before, but right. So should we do this as sort of one big role, as a couple of people helping each other? You've got your
frenzy.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's whip them into a frenzy.
Frenzy.
What was the order of attack?
Well, let's see what are you going to be rolling.
Go for it. G5. You the goat. You give me the one time.
We're working out what you're rolling first there. So what would you be rolling S2?
Plague of Desire.
Oh no, this isn't. This is your.
No, we're not no further yet, are we?
No.
Sorry, I'm.
Well, yeah, what are we doing first?
Yeah. So.
Manipulation or presence and persuasion, is it?
Yeah, that could be yours. So what have you got in that?
5.
Right. How are you?
Oh, I'm a jibber jabber, so that's 6.
And what is your jibber jabber?
That's spin doctor.
Right.
My term jibber jabber does not appear in
What does it do?
Have you written down jibber jabber on the sheet?
What does it actually do? Jibber jabber.
Spin doctor, man. He's persuasive, isn't it? It's extra persuasion in your speech. The spin doctor, he knows how to phrase things in a way that people want to hear.
What is that? What it says, or is this...
That's my paraphrasing of what I remember it saying.
Right, let's just check the book. Because I'm sure you decided when you read it, it wasn't.
No, all it was that jibber jabber didn't.
Your character can fast talk and sell bullshit stories as if they were completely flawless.
That's religion, man.
Right. What page is this on? Sorry.
It's on page 54.
Oh right. Oh, of the normal book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what tainted clues are. What are tainted clues?
No, I don't know.
Is that like where you've had to beat someone to get that? I don't know.
Yeah, quite possibly. Right. Well, I'll say that gives you +2, seeing as it doesn't actually. Have you read that S2? What it actually does? 'Cause the
No,
fact.
you know what? I'm out of the loop here, man. Everyone else seems to have read it.
Right. Well, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. So I'll say it's just a +2 to your roll. Or at
Oh,
least-
right. It was just +1 I was going to add, because it's only 1 point of merit.
Yeah, but it sounds like it does actually do quite a useful thing.
All right. Take the extra 2 then, man.
Yeah, it would give you a -2 penalty on. Oh, hang on, no, I'm reading. Yeah, go on, you get a +2. So G5, how would you be?
Oh.
Yeah, wait. Well, we're just seeing what everyone else is rolling now.
So what would I do?
Yeah.
I was thinking of using a bit of manipulation and empathy to sort of try and appeal to people's I don't know,
Yes, man. Desire for knowledge.
desires and things. Yeah.
All right, so you could pick out susceptible victims for my guy. An S1. What can you do in this situation?
I could possibly do a little bit of manipulation and socialise, or presence and socialise, to just sort of, as we sat around drinking wine, hey, have you heard about this cool new dude in town that's selling radical ideas, man?
I think he's called Jesus.
Yeah, if you could find the sort of people that are, like Samaritas. Remember him? He, the guy that like to help people.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He's still got, that feeling, that desire to help people, but he doesn't know what to say anymore. You can pick him out.
Okay.
And then G5, you can sort of scoop up the weak-minded. So yeah, if you go for the strong-minded, you pick out the weak-minded, and then S2, you come in and the answers that they want.
Sounds me.
So in terms of pools, who's got the highest and who's got the lowest?
Well, I'll only be rolling 3 dice if I don't amp myself up with anything.
Right.
I've got 7.
And I'm on 7 there, as you can see.
Right. Is anyone amping it up, or?
I'll amp it. So if people pump me, and then I amp.
Oh, do we all get?
Hang on, with willpower and Pyros. Is anyone putting willpower or Pyros in?
I haven't got any more willpower to put in.
What about you guys? Are you?
I can put a point of willpower and some Pyros in, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that put me up to 9 dice.
Right.
If that's what you're doing, then you should go last.
Right. Well, then, so G5. Well, yeah, G5. If you help S2, and then S2 helps S1.
And are we doing the thing of desire, plague of desire once we've got them? Are we still not at that point?
Once you've got them there,
Right,
you're still convincing them to turn up now.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah.
Let's do this. Ooh, look at that.
Yes. All right.
You're still wounded, man.
Yeah, I'm probably not wounded, am I? I don't want to roll again, though, because that's awesome.
What were you on? Were you just lethal?
I was just one. Yeah, I was just 4 points of lethal, so I'll be healed by now, won't I?
You wouldn't
And
have
what-
any wound penalties, so why don't you just roll another dice?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that roll that I did there, man.
Well, no, because he's helping you.
Oh, is he helping me? Right, so I'm getting +6 now, as well as right.
Yeah, plus.
I didn't do anything.
And then that's going to go over to S1.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Rubber, so that's +8. So I'm passing on 5. I got 5 on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, so I'd be rolling 9, but now I'll be rolling 14.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah, fucking moth thinks it's got 5 on it, man.
I can only see 3 successes there. I'll roll them 2 10s.
Ooh.
3 successes. It's not bad. You've managed to sell the idea that you guys have answers, and that if they come to the temple at the time specified.
In an hour.
Yeah.
don't want to give them too much time to forget. Or maybe in 2 hours, something like that. Give us time to set up the temple.
Right. So, and this is all. You've just healed the 1 point of aggravated, haven't you, S2?
Yeah, I'm still walking around with the cast.
Right. So what time of day are you setting this up for?
Well, we need to set it up for night time so they can see the stars.
Hmm.
Because I reckon, obviously, the more they pray and the more they get into it and the brighter the stars get, you're in a positive feedback loop here. I mean, someone could literally pass out and die with just pure awesomeness.
What a way to go.
That's what you're hoping for, I suppose.
Has Daedalus been coming to see me still? My good friends, is he still my companion?
Yeah.
Good man. How are you, Daedalus?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. How's your mind? Remember the question you asked about the stars to Apollo? Do you remember that?
Remember nothing, no.
No, but it happened. Remember? Come on.
You're
You can think about it. You were at the
Anyway, what time are you setting this up for? Night time?
9 o'clock.
Right.
slap Daedalus. I'm starting to be a bit abusive towards him, man. You know what I mean? To get to my milestone, but also because I'm starting to get a bit pissed off with this fucking memory loss shit. It's going to become frustrating. You are going to start to think, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm dealing with fucking idiots.
They'll be all right, man. They're our people.
Yeah, it's not.
They're people, man. There's people, schmeeple, man.
Right. Yeah, like I say, it's just the stuff about Apollo where they've come from, they've forgotten. It's
Oh,
not,
right.
they're
Don't forget me when I slap
they're
him.
not forgetting you or anything like that. It's, yeah.
Okay, sorry, right.
So, I'm not sure slapping him's really the. What?
I want you to remember this.
Right. So 9 o'clock comes. What are you just going to be there in the temple? Obviously, there's no statues there anymore. 9 o'clock at night. It's just starting to turn. The sun's gone down, and it's just starting to get black.
Oh, the people are there again.
Well, can we get ourselves some decent robes from somewhere so that we can make a good entrance?
Yeah.
How would you like to be robed?
In orange.
Okay. Buddhist, man. The sort of Buddhist look, man.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know, man. Like purple or red, I think, is more powerful for a cult, man. Trust the Catholics, man. You know what I mean? They know what to do.
Yeah, red is pretty good, isn't it?
Mm.
You might be right.
Going for red robes because your fancy suits have all pretty much been destroyed in that fight, and I suppose you took quite a bit, didn't you, S1?
Yeah. Yeah, and
each
it would have
time.
been shredded and pile drived.
Yeah, mine have just got loads of puncture marks in from where I grew spines.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you go the guy doing robes. He makes clothing for everyone, and he's quite happy to hook you up. Like I say, they still remember that you're heroes, although he's, he knows you protected them from something, but what it was, he doesn't remember. But yeah,
The statues remember the statues now.
I can't say I do, but I know I owe it all to you. So I'll fix you up with the finest of robes. I'll make you look like emperors.
Good man.
Yes, no, you all going for red robes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, the hour approaches. The people arrive. There's lots of murmuring and chatter going on. People doubting you. People desperate for answers. So now it's the time for your ultimate super attack. The ringleader, the whatever it was called, further of the crowd. So how's this being done? What are the dice pools? And
So the Plague of Desire.
that's the one, the Plague of Desire.
Plague.
Well,
Unleash upon you a plague. So yeah, so G5 and then me and then S1. I think that's the way.
Yeah. What does ringleader do? S1.
It's ringleader's like an extended action, it says.
is it?
And it's I can just basically influence a crowd too. So if they were already here to sort of listen, I can just amp them up into full on joining in and powering up and
Right. So basically, you need to win most of them over to the idea, and then you'll amplify that for them. Right. And what does the Plague of Desire do?
Plague of Desire does the same thing, but on crack. So it basically just whips everyone up into like a full-on frenzy of.
They have got a composure save.
They have got yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. So if they fail their composure roll, then they're just whipped up into an orgy.
Right.
Of religious fervour.
A religious fervour.
As their desire to see the 42 gods is reawakened, man.
Yeah.
En masse in the same way it was in Hector.
Okay, well, so to start all this, if this is all basically, building up their feeling, you need to win them over with your initial speech first. So, our people, who's got the biggest presence, was there?
Well, not me, man. But we've all got the same, I think. But I think it's the other things that I can bring. Its presence is 2. Well, I've got persuasion at 3.
Right, okay.
5 in total. And then there's the spin doctor, man. The bullshit. The jibber jabber.
So S2, you got a 2 in presence, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, S1, you've got.
Yeah, I've got 2. Yeah.
So if you did the initial speech and gripped their attention, came on and basically introduced S2 to give his manipulate idea.
So I can influence an existing dynamic. So the fact that they've all turned up, I can just sort of, you really need to listen to S2. He's come to us with all the answers.
Sorry, this is before you do that. This is just an initial. Someone needs to get one success to get their attention, and then you.
Oh, right, okay.
With your stuff. So,
and actually, it's not a case of listening to S2. S2 is going to whip the crowd up into a fervor so that they listen to you.
Okay.
Well, no, like I say, someone needs to actually. You were all whipping people into a fervor, but that initial seed needs to be sown with just someone presenting the idea.
Okay, well, I've got presence and socialise, 3 dice.
Presence and persuasion 5.
Right, so
well, you're better off.
With 6 with the spin doctor, so I use that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, do you want to help each other? and sort of go through and get the most you can out of it.
Shall we do a similar thing, or as last time? I'll do a bit of a speech that appeals to the weak ones.
No, you're just giving me an eye, yeah, man. You're giving my initial speech.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an empathic. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get the weak ones online, then S1 you get the strong of willed online, and then S2 you
give them the message, man.
Yeah. So here's for the weak.
The
weak-minded.
The weak. You know what? I'm going to amp up my presence with P-Ross.
Right. Is that the roll you just done there? 2 successes, G5, yeah.
Is that what, sorry?
Did you just get 2 successes on that?
Yes, yeah.
Right, so yeah, you get +2 S1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I've got +2 then, haven't I? Sorry. And I'll amp my abilities up. Right.
P-Ross.
All right, you
got
got
for one time there.
So yeah, a +1 S2.
Okay.
Then all eyes are on you.
So is it +2 with the jibber jabber, and then an extra +1?
Yeah. Right. Well, the seed is sown. The people are going around, right? 42 space gods. This sounds like it might be an idea, but I don't know.
Here it is.
Right. Yeah. So now, what is it? Ringleader first.
Okay. So ringleader. Hang on a minute. So let me see what I've got to roll. I need to roll presence, socialize, and Azoth. So presence 2, socialize 1, Azoth. That's 6. I'll put in a willpower for 9, and I'll burn 3 Pyros to amp it up. So I'm going to roll 12.
Right. Let's hope this converts a few people.
P-Ross.
Bloody hell, only 2 successes. I've already got the 3 guys. I've got 3 women I want. I've got my 2 friends and Hector.
Right, okay. So, yeah, there's a few people, starting to chant and, cheer along. Yeah, he's right. 42 space gods. E5, do you want to roll your Plague of Desire to help S2?
Right. How is this working? Are we combining our plagues of desire?
Yeah. Go for it, man. Plague.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pump some. Oh no, I can't. Willpower back again.
By witnessing your
Elpis
or acting your Elpis. What have you got?
Have I just seen some empathy, man? I empathised at one point. I did. That's something. On my friends.
Inspiration, mine.
No, I don't think you've. I suppose, yeah. Go on, get one back for you've seen some.
I've seen inspiring things. I've seen some fairly inspiring speeches.
Yeah, go on, get a point back.
Yeah, lovely. In that case, boom, have that 4 successes.
Nice.
And I've witnessed him empathising, man.
Right, yeah, go on, you get
yeah.
What's S1?
What's that?
What's your Elpis?
Courage.
Yeah, you've seen that. You've seen a bit of courage. You saw, made an effort to save my guy's life. That was great. But yeah, right. So that's your help there, S2 for your Plague of Desire. 4 successes.
Right. Well, I can't add the help to the actual thing, so I have to roll it and then add the 4 separate dice.
Oh.
I think that'll be the way.
Modifiers, can't you?
Yeah, you can add it as.
Oh yeah, you can still add modifiers. Right, I wasn't sure. So that's 4 modifiers. Yeah.
Are you going to put some willpower in as well?
That was the willpower.
Are you going to amp it up with P-Ross?
Blow
the minds, man. Come on, someone's got to die of fervour.
All right, 3 P-Ross into my presence to max it out. Boom. Still only 4 man, but with modifiers. Jesus.
Oh well.
It's not bad. So what does that do exactly then? A success.
Oh, then now that's versus their composure, man.
Oh right. Okay.
And Azoth, if they've got Azoth.
If not, I'll just. Oh, we've got a 10. 2 successes. So no, they haven't stayed composed. So what does that do again? They.
G5.
Yeah, I've got it written down. Right, it says everyone in the immediate vicinity whose composure isn't higher than the number of successes rolled loses their inhibitions. Rather than acting as individuals, those affected tend to polarize around the strongest personalities, highest presence. Actions taken whilst on the influence of this alembic can lead to breaking points if extreme enough. But that's not going to happen.
No, it's not that extreme.
And
But
I clear off my presence up, man. So I'm the guy who they're focusing on.
Yeah, they're all
space gods. They're coming. They're coming. Day and night you must worship. Day and night. Speak the space god's name. Recite each one in fervor.
Yeah, so depending on the predilections of the crowd, this can lead to an orgy, a bloodbath, a lynch mob, or a vicious argument, or presumably,
or a trip to the observatory.
or a trip to the observatory.
The observatory.
Yeah, they all clear and start. They start off walking, but eventually they break into a run and they're running up the hill to the observatory. They're all a bit taken aback by the state of the place. You know, there's obviously been a deviant in here at some point. But they run to the telescope. First couple look in, can't seem to see anything, but eventually someone's like, "Hey, it's there! I see them!" And one by one, people go up. You know, the sort of the stronger of the world. You know, the people.
It's a baptism, man. It's like a baptism.
They all
seeing is believing, my children. Seeing is believing. Look upon the stars, and your minds will be filled with the space god's love and hate.
Yeah.
It is true. It is true. The space gods. I remember now. I remember them all.
Speak their names. Speak their names. Speak their names. Recite each one.
A few of them do start to remember the names of the space gods. Start speaking them. And they start pouring out, and like they remember the space gods. But as you're watching this happen, you start to see the odd thing happen. Like, you know, the faces will kind of, you know, glitch out as if, you know, as you've seen the recordings do sometimes. Same sort of buildings and trees. You see clouds are starting to gather. And you hear the distant rumble of thunder.
Oh, this is a bit weird.
Firestorm.
People turn to you. Well, what does it mean? You can see they've picked up on it, and people who are glitching. But when they sort of de-glitch, as it were, they've lost their memories again.
Keep going. It's the worship. It's working. Worship harder.
Flagellate yourself. Flagellate yourself.
Worship.
Jesus.
Worship until you faint and then wake up and worship some more.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask you: is do you encourage it? And clearly, that seems to be the way you're going. And as you know, people turn, are listening to you now, so that they're looking more through the telescope. People are counting them. People are trying to remember the names and chant the names.
The
glitching's getting worse and worse, and it starts to rain. The building, every so often you'll hear like a bit of a thud or something, and a bit of dust will pour down from the wall. So people eventually move out of the observatory. But you can see them now with the naked eye up in the stars. These 5 different constellations that people are remembering. Yes, these are the 5 pillars of the soul, essence, heart, the other ones, shadow. But yeah, people are sort of popping in and out of existence now, and some people aren't coming back. And you can see some of them are, they're clearly realizing that what they're doing is affecting this, and if they keep going, they might completely destroy their world. Are you still encouraging them to carry on?
It's a gilded prison, man. Are we agreeing that this is some sort of insidious cage that they've been put in?
It is a gilded cage, yeah.
Worship, Asmodeus, Beelzebub, they're all there.
If they're
Say
willing
their
to keep
name.
up, yeah.
Right, well, I think one more round of convincing.
Odd bit gone. Remember, odd bit gone.
I'm on Seketh. He's there.
I'm on second. I'm on second. I can do an lure. I can lure them, man. I can just go around luring them into the fighting against their resolve.
All right, what does that do again?
That's like just gets them to do what, to act on their passion.
Right. I don't know if that's what.
I'll seduce them.
Are you really wanting to seduce them now? Is this?
No, maybe not. No, maybe a bit more of the old plague of desire.
Yeah, have you got more Pyros?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, Pyros. Yeah, I need to knock it off the last one. Plague.
I'm completely out.
Well, I've just bumped into presence.
Well, actually, you have just.
I can do one more double pump of presence and plague.
Right.
And me out of Pyros.
I can help you out with the with an eye if you want.
5 times.
Cool.
There you go. One eye.
One time.
One time.
A one time is the old do, man. The plague of desire. With the 1 and then the 3 and 3, yeah. So that'll be 7 altogether. Come on. Oh, the plague, man. They've got to save, man. As well.
You've got to save, yeah.
Oh, please, people.
No, they've handed themselves over to you, and the worship continues. A chant begins, a sort of strange of semi-Egyptian style chant of the god's names.
Habutek.
And suddenly there's a huge peal of thunder, and everything
Odd bit gone.
disappears.
Everything disappears.
When you fade back in, you see this machine. All the people have gone. The building's gone. Stood on sort of barren rock with this thing.
The Omnizer.
You can see it spreading out. This row after row of wires, and this thing giving off some kind of strange energy. Not like flux or the sort of stuff you do, but something else.
Is it an intelligence and occult role?
You could do, yeah.
Is this located where the shrine was?
Yeah, pretty much where Apollo's seat was, and it's as big as that. So, 50 feet up in the air is.
One success.
Yeah, you think this has been broadcasting some kind of energy that's affected people's perception?
Possibly just affected our perception. It seems like if everybody else
people, then if it's
Well, I suppose. This isn't. This is more like a kind of mobile tower, if you know what I mean. Like clearly the people who are receiving the message are somewhere else, and what's sending the messages or what's creating the message, I should say, is something else. But this is, like I say, like a mobile tower.
Right.
But you can see that, you know, this huge network, all of these wires do go through this thing. But there's nothing else, no sign of anything anywhere in the distance. As you're looking at this, have you going to make any sort of immediate decisions, or are you just going to stay and hold on for a second and see what happens?
Just hang fire for a second, but I'm thinking a fairly rapid decision would be to cut all of the wires around this base.
I know, yeah. Put the old lightsaber to it.
Yeah.
Well, if you hang around for a second, after a minute or so, Apollo's face appears in the air above this thing.
Oh, Jesus.
My children, why have you done this? I called to you. I promised you paradise. Refuse me.
It was a paradise of a false making, Apollo. Look, it's just a rock.
It's not what? Yeah, it's not on, mate.
I look at my hands. Are they human anymore, or am I back into a robot form?
Back in your robot form.
You lied to us.
That's not the paradise I speak of, my children.
Oh.
It was the cage for the vermin that plagued this earth. Look around you. You're free of life here, free of the chaos it brings. Just the perfection of the machine.
Yeah, that's a bit boring. So
we don't want the machine, though, do we? We want to be human. I think he's selling us the wrong stuff.
Join me now. Give up this pilgrim.
Manipulation and persuasion.
Is it time to drive the laser sword into the...
Yeah, never. I will never join you.
No, we want to be human. The space gods.
Indeed.
Then you are a fool.
Space gods will come and get you.
Stabbing the things.
Yep, and as for you, Apollo.
In the name of Bahamut.
It screams, no! And he disappears as you cut it through. This all starts flashing, as you can imagine. As you cut in the wires, this slowly starts to, fade out, the flashing, and sort of be a bit more jittery. And then once you've cut the final cord, it all goes completely dead. And slowly, one by one, all these junction boxes go dead, and you see it sort of ripple out. And you're left in this black, empty wasteland. That I suppose is technically a wasteland now as well, thanks to the amount of Pyros that you've spent. But everyone's disappeared.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's probably a good place to leave it. You were quite determined in your purpose there, which was good. So, yeah, I'll give you some experience, because I think you may well have, I'm hoping you've all just completed that role, and now you've just got one left. So let's have a look at your major milestones now. S1, what were you?
I was a whip.
You're a whip, and I think it's safe to say you've whipped people that were friends of here. Talk someone out of taking risk that may significant. Oh, that's Jesus, right? I was thinking, hang on, that's the opposite, but yeah, that's your breaking point. Have someone take a life-changing physical or financial or social risk, whether it pays off or not. Help many people take smaller risks that would improve their lives. So, yeah, get yourself a point of pilgrimage and a point of vitriol experience for that. G5, you're
provocateur.
Provocateur.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much provoking I did there. Well, I mean, I provoked them into worshipping the gods, obviously.
Push your target into a physical confrontation that destroys one of his relationship. Stir up a community into a fervor towards a target of your choice.
Oh, there you go.
Literally, so yeah, point of pilgrimage, point of vitriol. S2, what roll.
No, it's gone wrong for me, mate, because my milestone is to abuse the person who likes me until they get rid of me. But because I've left them without talking to them, without telling them anything.
Well, that's one of your
Fine.
That's I take it you're a companion, yeah? Yeah, so your milestone, develop an intimate relationship with your chosen partner or have nobody in a group challenge your inclusion. Which is what you've done. You've joined this community and no one tried to stop it, so I'd say you've passed your milestone. Take it you not. Do you agree with that or?
Yeah, I'm in full concurrence, man.
Cool. Get a point of pilgrimage and a point of vitriol experience. Right. So, in terms of normal experience, get one for the end of the game.
One full experience.
One full point, yeah. And then on to the beats. You've done 2 conditions, S2. You've resolved 2, haven't you? This a couple of steadfast moments for you. 2 beats for that. Lethal damage in your maximum box. You get that? Did you get that G5 as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's what. Yeah. Have you been?
Yeah. I got fully boxed.
Right. Risking torment. I mean, you almost did with your Pandora. I suppose that's what you missed out on by not rolling your torment. Is you could have got a beat there, but right. Fulfilling an aspiration, you defended the crowd from the the Pandorans, and you convinced the people to worship the space gods. So that's 2 aspirations.
Cool.
Now, you've kind of, I'm not sure how it fits in, but you've figured out what's going on here as well, pretty easily, which I don't know if that was obvious or not. But you, like last game S2, you guessed that Apollo was an AI, or that this was an AI, or things like that. So I didn't want to give you it then, not to give it away, but now you've discovered it's a kind of a Matrixy style thing.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 beats for that S2 and a beat each for you guys as well. Just I do remember him saying that he's, it was an AI. Anyone turned a failure into a dramatic one this game?
It's a bit risky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was tempted when I was being pinned.
Yeah. Right, get a beat for role playing, a beat for tactics, and a full point for ending the session.
Yeah, got that. What about? Oh, hang on, no.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Right. And you've had your vitriol experience. So, so one last roll to go. And then humanity might be in your grasp. Or an ended corridor of files, you never know.
What are our next roles then? So I'm a psychopomp. I like watching people die.
Jesus.
Right.
What are you guys?
I'm going back full circle like Rambo. I'm going back to Ferrum, which is what I started on, a soldier.
No, I'm becoming a seeker.
Right.
It was inevitable.
No, hang on. Yeah, seeker bronze, but that's it. I didn't write down anything else apart from that. So I didn't write down the 2 things that it goes with.
What do you want to pick them now or at the start of next game?
Yeah, I'll get them picked at the start of next game. That's all right.
Cool.
Then I'll quickly make my sheet up.
Cool. Right. I'll stop that.